My background with manufacturing was, I understand how organizations work, that you need infrastructure to do it. And so just because I wasn't called to teach, I wasn't called to teach the youth, I did believe in having a place to come and be real, a place for them to come to have fun, right? And run around an open parking lot or run their razors or their skateboards, right? And so that's what I volunteered to do, is either blocking and tackling, right? So I get here and I perform the setup and help create that environment so that Joel can focus on the leaders, he can focus on the students. When I see Joel pouring into a kid as I'm walking by and setting up or providing security, that's what blesses me.
Yeah, I mean, I truly appreciate it, because I mean, there was years, especially when we were at the Woodcrest campus, when we were at Miller Middle School, like there'd be 4 or 5 hour Wednesday nights for a 2 hour Wednesday night, and yeah, it is truly a blessing coming here now and being like, I know it's taken care of, like I don't got to worry about it, kind of thing. And I got into serving youth, especially because I was a youth kid, and like I just stuck with it, and like I loved it, and like I was like, oh, I'm actually like pretty good at this. Like I'm pretty good at the youth ministry. I love serving. I love serving you. You're a big happy guy on campus too, so it's great, and like it really does, for sure. It's nice not having 4 hour Wednesdays anymore. Yeah.
Well, it blesses me.
Yeah.
It blesses me. It's a blessing when I get here, and now I've got 2 guys on the team that want to come too, and you know. And I'll be honest, half of it's a fellowship that we get to experience. We get to talk about our day, talk about being men, talk about helping what God's calling us to do in that time. So that hour and a half that we're doing setup, we're also pouring into each other, the 3 of us, right? And we're catching up on our weeks, and we get to bond a little bit, right? So we get to knit our souls, and then we get to create the environment for the kids.
So I think on that, the way I learned, and I think the best way to show it, is to lead by example. And so I had leaders that led by example in my life that were very vulnerable, and it was like, and nobody's mad, kind of thing. Nobody's upset. Nobody's like being mean to them, like slamming them, shaming them, and stuff like that. And so I, especially in groups, especially in when I'm leading in youth, like I'm very real and very honest about what's going on in my life, to a point in youth at least. I'm not oversharing, but like if whatever question's being asked, I'm going to answer it too, kind of thing. And so. And then in group, your Thursday nights is my Monday nights. So I have a men's group on Monday nights that I'm involved in, and yeah, I'm usually the first person to answer the question, because I've led groups, and even though I don't lead that group, I want to create the conversation, and I know if everybody's speaking in the conversation, it'll be a better conversation, and people will be more free to share what they're actually struggling with.
I try to listen very intently. Not offer too much or over speak, but when asked, I'll give some opinions. Or I have on occasion asked men, hey, that they want to go do breakfast, right? If they wanted to talk further about that, some guys have taken me up on that. So just being vulnerable and being available, I would say that is being available to conversations. They don't always come, but when they do come, I'm ready to have them. But that whole dynamic, that's the drawing, right? That's the drawing of it. And so, and even when those conversations can get tense, people can go away and marinate on it, right? And know, okay, Lord, and I'm amazed how people come back and say, hey, I want to talk some more about that.
Yeah.
They've had time to marinate it, right?
And I think there's also beauty in that, like, there's not one way.
Yeah.
Like, everybody, however you're vulnerable is the right way for you to be vulnerable. And however you can take feedback, there is wrong ways in that. But yeah, if you're willing, and especially in group setting, I think just our groups in general, our leaders do a great job as setting the scenario, setting the environment. Yeah. And so if the environment's good, then I mean, I'm almost always out for safe. Yeah.
You're right. I truly appreciate the environment that our leaders and our men's group create for us to be vulnerable, and so it doesn't happen by accident, for sure.
Very intentional.
Yeah, very intentional, and I'm very appreciative. We have 2 leaders in our group, actually 3 in our men's group, that are very dynamic in creating that atmosphere where you feel safe and sharing, and that's important.
Super important.